Hello and welcome back to Gardening with Andrew. Today we're making plant pots. Like this. We got this guy right here, made entirely out of paper. No tape, no fussin', no mussin'. You just roll it up. It's amazing. All you're gonna need for this little arts and craft adventure is one of these bad boys, mason jar. This is the 8-ounce version. You don't want to use those big ones unless you got bigger paper. The other thing you need is paper. Something like this. You can get this at a moving store of whatever kind, probably online as well, or you could just use newspaper. And at the end of the day, you're going to have a little guy like this. It looks pretty terrible, and it kind of turns yellow, which is a terrifying color, but look how cute it is. Oh, look at that, 100% paper. Theoretically, you could just plant this in the ground. The roots will grow through it. I always take it off because it unwraps really well. And you can see it's also technically possible to do out of newspaper, which is lovely. So either way works. I find this slightly thicker paper from the moving company to work a bit better, but honestly, either one works. So that's what we're working with today, or just go down and get one of those free newspapers. You got yourself free pots. Let's check it out. Before beginning, make sure any available cats inspect the paper for defects. Then, grab yourself a stack of paper, 5 would do, just so you can do a bunch at once. Fold that paper in half, hot dog style, and then take one of the flaps from folding it in half and fold it in half again, kind of back in on itself. And then flip it over and do the same thing. So you're making 4 strips of paper. We just fold it this back-to-back way because the paper is so thick. Grab yourself some skeezers, take one of those flaps, and start a cut.
Snip, 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 snip.
Then flip it over and start a cutting.
Snip, 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 snip.
Then open it up and cut.
Snip, 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 snip.
You now have yourself 4 strips of paper times however many sheets of paper you have. Take 1 strip of paper, lay it out in front of you. Grab that fancy mason jar you got and place the butt of the mason jar with the bottom of the paper. Start rolling up the paper around the mason jar, holding on to the rim as you go. You don't need to be super precise here, just get that thing around there. Stand it up on its end and kind of pack it into place, making sure you have the hole facing you. Take that little flap of paper there, push it in first, and then fold in the other sides, shoving them all the way down inside the hole. Flip it over, grab the butt of the mason jar, and wiggle waggle it out of there. And then to tamp down the insides of the paper, grab the mason jar again and insert it the backwards way of what you just did there and tamp it down a bit. Yank it out, bada bing bada boom. Yeah! So really what you're trying to do here is just get it in the shape of the mason jar. Doesn't really matter how tightly you roll it as long as it's mostly on there. At this point you can kind of fiddle with it and make sure it's the right tightness. Shove it all the way in, making sure you're getting all that paper really far in there. And then when you flip it around, you're just going to try to push down on the stuff that's inside there as hard as you can.